It is the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce Small Business Awards, and an honor to talk with Andrea McLaughlin and Robbie Roberts from Roberts Seafood Markets. You know them, you've been there, and you guys won the Small Business Award today with the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce. Congratulations. What's it feel like?
Go, Andrea.
Sorry. It feels amazing. I mean, I definitely wasn't expecting to win anything today. We just wanted to come and support the other local businesses and get to meet some new people. So, yeah, I had no idea.
I think it's a real honor, but it's also, are there really only 4 or 5 winners here? No, that's not the answer. There's so many great small businesses in this community, and we're honored to be recognized as a winner, but we also know that we're one amongst a bunch of good businesses out there, and just, I guess we got staying power. We're 106 years old, so maybe after so many years you finally get teed up. But anyway.
Well, and when you talk about seafood, people know Roberts Seafood's where to get that. Talk about the longevity, talk about the generations that have been involved in this and its genesis. For those who weren't part of the ceremony today, they didn't necessarily get to hear that history. So tell us about that.
Well, it all started with my grandfather that came from Switzerland to be he was a watchmaker in the Luncheon factory in Switzerland. Came over here and worked in this Illinois watch factory, which incidentally was owned by the Bunn family at the time, and worked there. And while I was walking down East Washington Street one day, he saw a sign in the store Morris Market said for sale, and he didn't want to be a factory worker. Back then, the watchmakers were perceived as factory workers and didn't want to do that all his life, and ended up buying Morris Market and turned it into Roberts Fish Market back in 1916, right? Mm-hmm. So that's where it all started, and my father and uncle joined him after World War II. Prior to that, working part-time, after World War II, they really got involved, and actually our company was the first frozen bird's eye distributor in the Midwest. So we got into frozen foods back in the early mid-30s when frozen foods became a deal, starting with vegetables. And Clarence Birdseye was one of the first inventors of the frozen food movement. And we got very heavy into the frozen food business that evolved into not only to selling to the grocery stores, but to selling to the restaurants. And that's how the Roberts Foods arm got started back in the mid-40s and really grew up until we sold it in 2004 to Cisco Food Service.
But now Roberts Seafood does everything from not just seafood, but the delicious steaks that you guys have, the incredible selection of olive oils, the baked goods, and so on. You even carry a nice selection of local beers. It's a great establishment that everybody knows when they hear seafood, they know Roberts Seafood. Andrea, talk about what you've learned being part of this family, and as much as what it takes to be a business owner, a small business owner.
What it takes, I feel like just showing up at first, and then I just have evolved into becoming a foodie the past 12 years since I've been working full time there. I started working holidays when I was like 10. Every Christmas, Thanksgiving, I'd be in there, just doing what needs to be done because we just get so busy around those times. And found out after like moving back from college that, I really do like the business and I enjoy the specialty items. I've grown the business quite a bit in those lines, like the craft beers, the olive oils and balsamics.
Can't forget about the chocolates too, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Cocoa Blue chocolates, a lot of local vendors we've added to our mix. It's nice to not have to go to the farmer's market. If you are busy that day, you have a place where you can, buy these local products at our store. But what it takes, just a lot of work. You're never off. I'm doing emails and social media stuff late at night, right when I wake up. I mean, it's just dedication.
dedication, and it shows because you guys are the recipients of the Small Business Owner Award with the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce. Any words of wisdom to some new or emerging businesses that are out there, those who are looking to gain traction? What would you say to them if you were able to share some final words with them?
Be curious. You got to have a work ethic. You got to have a desire to succeed. But be curious. Ask great questions. Listen intently. You never learn from talking. You learn from listening. And I think our business has evolved really nicely with all the different food products we distributed to fine restaurants. We knew what they were, so we could incorporate them into our market. And then when Andrea came in, became the family foodie, if you will, the whole local thing was really something that made a lot of sense for our business model. Actually, she and I sat down and drank a bottle of wine and came up with our vision of what we wanted Robert's Seafood to be. I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of how we built this model. And it's been a lot of fun. And you got to be curious, you got to be driven. And to Andrea's point, you're never done, but it's okay. You can still take time off and enjoy life, but you are part of your business. It's that's who we are. So that's what we do.
Well, again, congratulations. Fantastic to talk with you guys and to hear some of the kind of secrets behind the business, because, again, once people hear seafood, they go to Robert's Seafood. So greatly appreciate it. And congratulations again for getting the Small Business Award.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.